That tastes like a pay-per-view. UFC 316 is in the building. We have Sugar Sean O'Malley, I should say, and he's going to be rematching Merab to reclaim the bantamweight title that he lost in the Sphere in that massive event that we all were just like, holy shit, Merab is just the best bantamweight ever. Sugar versus Merab, Kayla Harrison, Juliana Pena, Vicente Luque, Patchy Mix, Kevin Holland. We're going to be breaking down the full thing, the full shebang, how this works. So we're going to start with the very first fight on the card, and then we're going to be breaking down all the way to the main event, which is the Sugar Show, Sugar Sean O'Malley. You know how it works around here. Rapid fire predictions until we get into fights people actually care about. New top, Hugo alert, let's get into it. So, we have Quinlan Sakalid versus Yanel Asimov. I'm going to go with Salkid on this one. He's a massive favourite in this fight. He's Australian. I like him in this fight. I feel like he's going to get this one done the first round as well. I've seen a little bit of his fights. I'm not too familiar with Yano, but I'm gonna be betting on what I know on this one, which is Quinlan Sackle. So go with him via first round. First round finish, first round KO, first round TKO, first round sub, first round armbar, whatever you're feeling with that one. But yeah. It's a pretty decent card, but it's not anything where I'm just kind of like screaming from the heavens, if you know what I mean. It's really not that good. But next up, we have Jo Sang-yo versus Jeka Sariki. I'm going to be going with Yo on this one. I think he's a little bit better in this fight. I think he's got kind of like a aura about him. It's like his UFC debut. And I've seen a few of his highlights just kind of online. People looking at saying like this is his debut. Jeka's from Indonesia. I've seen him a little bit, but I feel like these boys that come in and are a massive favourites in the card and it's their debut, that they just make an absolute statement. So I'm going to go with him via the second round TKO on that one. I'm not too familiar with that fight, so I'm not 100% certain on what way that is going to go. It is quite hard to predict someone that's coming into the UFC. But I like to do a little bit of kind of like homework before I make a prediction. So yeah, I'll probably pick him on that one, honestly. And the fact that we have Chaos Williams on this card is fucking insane. But next up we have Andrea De Silva versus Wang Kong. I'm going to be going Wang Kong in this one. I feel like I've seen somewhere Aradina De Silva pulled out of this fight. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if 100% that's true, but if it's not, it's quite a close one. Wang Kong's probably got the speed advantage, but I think Ariana Silva's kind of got more the kind of well-roundedness heading into this kind of approach. It is a woman's flyweight fight, so you know they're going to be all action, all kind of quick. That kind of a way. And I don't really know how way this is going to go. I'm going to lean towards Ariana De Silva, to be honest with you. I think she's got a little bit more of experience. She's ranked. So I feel like she might be able to get this one done, to be honest with you. But who knows? Like, that's kind of one of those kind of ones that kind of are all up in the air, to be honest with you. But next up, we have Markel Madros. Sorry, for that one, I'll go to Silva via second round TKO or a decision, actually. That one will go to this versus. So we have Markel Madros versus Mark Chewinski. I'm going to be going Medeiros on this one, to be honest with you. I've seen him a little bit more. He's a lightweight. He's got good hands. I do like his hands. I like his grappling approach into this fight too. Mark Chewinski is his debut as well. So, like I just said, I'm going to go with what I know on this one, okay? So now, to be fair, he might get absolutely fucking highlight reel KO'd. But I haven't heard anything about this. I haven't heard anything about Mark going into this fight, so it's not like the UFC trying to build him up. Do you remember when Ian Gary fucked Jordan Williams at MSG? There was like a load of stuff about him. I don't see anything about him with this one. Do you know what I mean? So there's not really much to be betting on with this one, but yeah. Next up, we have Chaos Williams versus Andreas Gustafsson. We all know Chaos Williams. We all know Chaos Williams is fucking scrapper. He's here to bang. I really like Chaos Williams. And I'm going to be picking Chaos Williams in this fight, okay? I think he's got the hands. Andreas Gustafsson, he's a little bit older. I don't really see him getting this one done, to be honest with you. I think Chaos Williams is kind of like one of the best prelim fighters in the UFC. And I feel like he'll get this one done via second round TKO, to be honest with you. It is a good fight. I'm telling you, Chaos Williams just has so many potentials to be bangers on the prelims. I'm not betting against him. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to be going Chaos Williams via second round TKO. I'll never forget like the Randy Brown scrap where he knocked him down and still lost a round. Rude Boy was on it on that fight as well. So yeah, I'll go with KS Williams on that one. Next up, we have Sergey Spivak versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. I'm not too familiar with Acosta. I've seen a few of his highlights. He looks pretty decent. I'm going to go with Sergey Spivak on this one. I'm going to go with what I know. I feel like he's got good... Well, I say good. But he's got good heavyweight grappling. And good heavyweight control time. Good control time and good heavyweight control time are just completely different things. They're completely different things. Like, Sergey Spivak has definitely been at the top a lot longer. I could see him stinging this one up, but can also Waldo Costa, if he can keep it standing, I definitely think he's a good chance, because Sergey Spivak has fucking zero grappling in his arsenal. Absolutely fucking zero grappling in his arsenal. And I will not be betting on him in this fight. Okay? Absolutely not be betting on him. If he can't get his opponent down, he's completely fucked. He's got decent enough ground and pound, but nowhere near to what I'm going to be able to bet on this guy. So I'll go with Sergey Spivak for your decision on this one. But he could also get it done via ground and pound. Don't bet on this fight. Just don't go near this fight, okay? Next up, we have Brenson Ribeiro, versus Azmat Mirzakhanov. Mirzakhanov. I'm going to be going Mirzakhanov on this one, to be honest with you. He's got that, you know that look he has about him, and the bookies just have him a massive favourite. Okay, who cares? That's kind of a no fight. Who cares? Next up, we have Bruno Silva versus Joshua Van. Now, if you've been watching this channel long enough, you know I'm big on Joshua Van. Okay? This dude comes to fight. He's a fucking huge favourite in this fight. I'm picking Joshua Van to get this one done, and I feel like Joshua Van's going to be able to finish Bruno Silva. I just haven't seen enough from Bruno Silva. Joshua Van's been mad active as well. Bruno Silva's ranked higher, but that means absolutely fucking nothing. I think Joshua Van's striking is going to be way too quick for Bruno Silva. Bruno Silva's got decent enough, speed in his hands, but I think Joshua Van's fucking class. And he's been slowly kind of climbing the rankings. I think he tanked on the Sphere card, if I believe. He tanked on a card like in the last few months, and he took a bit of a setback. But I want to say it was short notice, but this dude seems to be fighting so much, okay? This dude's always fucking fighting. And that's why I like Joshua Van, because he's active and he brings it, and he's just active, man. I love seeing activity in fighters, and I'm picking Joshua Van via third round. We'll go second round TKO on that one. Lock it in, Joshua Van, second round TKO. Alright, we burned through the prelims and the early prelims. Now on to fights people actually care about. We have Kevin Holland taking on Vicente Luque in an absolute treat for the hardcore fans, opening up the main card. I'm picking Kevin Holland, okay? I'm picking Kevin Holland. Listen, if we all know Kevin Holland's like the most inconsistent fighter in UFC history as regards winning and losing. He's got 14 wins and 10 losses in the UFC. The dude is literally just wins one fight, loses the next, wins the next 3, loses the next 4. He cannot get like a string of momentum since he picked up the loss. I think it was to Derek Brunson or Marvin Vettori or someone like that back in the day. Yeah, Derek Brunson. I'm looking at Topology here. He went on Brunson, Vettori, no contest against Kyle Dawkins, losing to Hamzat, losing to Wonderboy, losing to JDM, losing to MVP, losing to Roman Dolizzi, losing to Rainer the Ritter. Picking up some good wins along the way though, but like, I'm not really trusting in Vicente Luque anymore. I really just don't trust Luque anymore. Like, as much as I think Luque had his time at the top, and I think Luque was a good fighter, a great fighter even, he went on a serious run back in the day, you know what I mean, of like, Tyron Woodley, Randy Brown, Nico Price, and Michael Chiesa, literally all finishes. Then he fought Bilal, then he gets chinned by Jeff Neal, and I feel like he had some brain hemorrhage or something wrong with his brain after he got finished against, I think it was against Jeff Neal or Buckley. I actually can't remember which one. I think it was Jeff Neal, but he kind of wilted in the Buckley fight. He did. He just did. Okay, I'm sorry. He just did. He really wilted in the Buckley fight, and ever since then, I literally just can't sit here and say, right, I'm picking Vicente Luque. I just can't do it. I'm so sorry, bro. It's not a safe bet, like at all. Like at all. And the more I think about how kind of stylistically this fight is, I do favour Kevin Holland with those long ass limbs to be able to find the range and probably knock Luque out. But then again, Kevin Holland doesn't exactly have mad power in his hands. The last time Kevin Holland knocked someone out on the feet was quite a while ago, actually. Maybe he was walking Buckley. because he's got a lot of like this submissions and ground and pounds, but the left hook, Ponzinibbio he knocked out with a left hook. Ponzinibbio was the last person he knocked out. And Ponzinibbio is really inconsistent, you know what I mean? I had high hopes for him, but he never really kicked on. It's such a weird one. I just think Kevin Holland will win. I think Kevin Holland's kind of in a different place completely to Vicente Luque. But I don't really rate Kevin Holland that highly. Do you know what I mean? I just don't. I really feel like Kevin Holland's just fucking frustrating as hell to look at, to watch, to be a fan, to see even just to think about Kevin Holland is fucking frustrating, okay? Because you're just like, man, you could be so good. You could be so damn good, but you just choose to be shit. Okay, as soon as things don't go Kevin Holland's way, he just like starts talking and pretending it's funny. When you're just really just giving up in the cage. I'm sorry, that's genuinely what I believe. I know I'm not a UFC fighter, yada yada yada. Fuck off with that bullshit. I hate that shit anyway. But like the MVP fight is a perfect example. MVP bullied and broke Kevin Holland in that cage. Okay, once Kevin Holland realized he couldn't get him down and really work his submission, you've agreed to stand with Wonderboy. Why the fuck on the planet would you ever do that? Oh, the fans. I respect it because I enjoy watching those fights. But you have to put yourself first. Bro, you lost out on massive opportunity. If you had beaten Wonderboy, you would have had serious fights ahead of you with so much money. I know Kevin Holland gets paid, but who doesn't want more money? Do you know what I mean? Who doesn't want more money? And just the inconsistency. I love how consistent Holland is with actually fighting, but just the inconsistency in performances. You know what I mean? The Rome with the Litzy rib injury, the Reign of the Ritter submission, he got absolutely fucked in that fight so bad. The Kevin Holland, the JDM, the Wonder Boy, the Hamzat. So inconsistent. But Vicente Luque, on the other hand, kind of had like cancelled bouts with Ian Gary, Sean Brady. I completely forgot that fight was even booked, to be honest with you. Nick Diaz twice, RDA, things like that. You know, the Buckley fight really was like, oh fuck. I actually picked Luque to beat Buckley, and I think if you actually, I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, how could you do that? Over a year and a bit ago now, but the way Joaquin Buckley's career was before he moved down to welterweight was, you had no reason to pick Buckley in that fight. I'm sorry, it's easy to sit there and say, oh well, I picked Buckley. Bro, Luque was the choice in that fight, and Buckley just fucked him up bad. He fucked him up bad, okay? And I just think Kevin Holland is probably in the stage of his career where, like, Luque's kind of got, like, that kind of thing in his head of, like, fuck, like, I don't want to get hit because the consequences are too much. Like, I could lose my fucking brain and stuff like that, you know, after he had that injury, God forbid, something bad did happen. He probably is in a stage now where he's like, I can't really afford to take that much more damage. But Kevin Holland's just going to go in there and throw heaven to the hell. You know, we saw it against Gunnar Nelson. That was a great scrap, I must say. Really enjoyed that one. But I'm going to go with Kevin Holland on this one. I'll go with Kevin Holland via second round TKO on this one. He might catch him with something. Luque might go down and he might just ground and pound him up against the cage. Something like that. But next up, we have Mario Batista versus Patchy Mix. A fight I have been wanting to talk about for a while, and I put it on my TikTok as a little sneak peek if you've seen my TikTok. Patchy Mix is good. And I'm picking Patchy Mix potentially to beat Mario Batista. Okay? I feel Mix might be able to get this one done, okay? But Patchy Mix is falling so short in the striking department against some of these top bantamweights that he's going to get fucking smoked. Okay? I remember there was a stage, it was about, I won't even say a year ago, maybe a year and a half, something like that, where a lot of people were sitting here saying, you know what, yeah, I think Patchy Mix would beat O'Malley. That's what some hardcore fans were saying, like that was their hardcore take. And they were only saying that to make themselves out to be a hardcore. Patchy Mix would get fucking starched by Sean O'Malley. Sanhagen would fuck him up badly, finish him. Jan beats him. Umar beats him. Okay? All these top bantamweights are going to beat Patchy Mix. Patchy Mix might be like the fucking ranked number. Like the definition of the top 5 gatekeeper. If you beat him, then you're good. But if you don't beat him, you're not going to be top 5. Do you know what I mean? That kind of a way. I think Patchy Mix has fucking S-tier level grappling. And submission threat is off the charts. One of the best kind of grapplers with a submission threat probably in the division if we're since Aljamain Sterling for sure. He really reminds me of Aljamain Sterling, but he's just not as good as Aljamain Sterling. B, I cannot express this enough. These fucking Bellator people coming over. It's not the UFC. It's not the UFC, bro. It's just fucking not. Okay? Patchy Mix, Pitbull, Michael Chandler, MVP. These are not going to be world champions in the UFC. Don't give me this bullshit of Michael Chandler. If he had the IQ, he would have been champ. Fuck off with that. If I didn't do my knee, I'd be playing for Man City right now. I'd be playing for Chelsea. I'd be playing for Liverpool. It's always the what if. Do you know what I mean? That's a bit of an analogy. If I didn't get injured, I would have been in the UFC. Do you know what I mean? It's such bullshit. I hate when people say that. Patchy Mix is going to fall the same fucking victim the rest of them do, which is falling out to the top fighters in the division. Okay? He had that really close... who was it? Let me check. But Patchy Mix, as regards to submission threat, is insane. Like, he's got really good... Like, his only loss is to Juan Archuleta. That was fucking years ago as well. I've seen Patchy Mix fight live, and I've seen a good few of his fights. I just don't rate his striking, okay? He came off a split decision against Magomedov, okay, which you honestly could have scored it the other way. Just about Patchy Mix in my opinion. But look at some of the wins he's got. So he actually finished Magomedov a few months ago. Fucking years ago actually now at this point, like 2.5 years ago. He beat Rafael Slots via the fucking crazy knee. You finished Sergio Pettis via submission. You finished people like James Gallagher, Albert Morales. Even beating Horiguchi in the decision is a fucking great win. Horiguchi's back in the UFC now. But these boys just are not UFC fighters. And I know you can sit there and say, well, Pettis never won a championship. Horiguchi fought for world titles, I believe he fought for world titles. Never really won them because DJ was the man back then, but still. But I just think people that have these takes of just like, oh, like Bellator champion would beat the UFC champion. It's just not true. It's just not true. Like, Patchy Mix is not beating Sean O'Malley or any of these guys. I need to get back onto the actual matchup, but like, Patchy Mix is Mario Batista. Batista's going to go in there and grapple. He's going to do a lot of work up against the cage, which I think he could actually have success with in this fight. If it's more like a case of that Batista's trying to take Mix down, I can see him getting in a lot of trouble. But I think if it's just a case of Mario's just trying to keep him and hold him up against the cage, I don't see Mix being able to mix in his game plan very well. I just kind of feel like Batista's kind of cage control game after that Jose Aldo fight, which we can all agree was just a complete robbery. Not even robbery. Yeah, fuck it, we'll say robbery. Robbery for the fans and the money that people paid to watch Jose Aldo fight and go out on that kind of a fight. I know the fought so happy, but still afterwards. But if Mario Batista just goes in there and implements that kind of grappling compared to a case of where he's going to try and take Patchy Mix down and he's going to be trying to pull, pass guard and land some vicious ground and pounds and even try to get like a rear naked, that's a terrible idea. Go in there and hold Patchy Mix up against the cage if you are Mario Batista in this fight. I just don't see Mix. Mix probably won't like shoot for like a double leg and really try to get a takedown that way. He does do well up against the cage as well. But I feel like if Batista has him up against the cage and he's able to get dominant position against the cage, I feel like he might be able to hold Mix there. I don't really see Mix being able to get massive reversal or, stuff like that. I love seeing Patchy Mix in UFC. I've been watching him for fucking years and I've really liked his style. I've always said, I'd fucking love to see this geezer in the UFC. I would fucking love it. And now he's here and I'm fucking grateful for that because it is a banger fight. Probably Mix. I'm going to go with Mix via some... it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Now that I've actually talked about it out loud, I'm just kind of thinking, is Mario Batista just going to hold him up against the cage? And Mix probably might be able to move. I'm going to trust in Mix. I'm going to go via second round submission. Fuck it. I'm going to pick Mix via submission on that one. We'll see how that one goes. Next up, we have Kelvin Gastelum versus Joe Pyfer. Joe Pyfer likes to say a lot of stuff online. We all know who I'm talking about when he just went at Lucas Tracy, called him like a fucking bitch and everything. Man, that stuff to me just makes no fucking sense. Like, you're calling out a YouTuber for criticizing your performances in that you've lost in. Like, fucking grow up, man, honestly. But he lost to Jack Hermanson a while ago. he's on a nice little kind of, I won't even say he's on a good win streak. Like he beat Marc-Andre Batalio back in, he's nearly out of the cage a year, Joe Pyfer. That's fucking insane. He's had like he had a cancelled bout with Gastelum back in March. They really want to get this fight booked. I don't know why. Like, they want to make Kelvin Gastelum versus Joe Pyfer so bad, but I'm going to be picking Joe Pyfer in this fight. Listen, I don't really rate Kelvin Gastelum at this stage of his career, and I really don't rate Kelvin Gastelum's grappling in this stage of his career. Listen, we all remember the Adesanya fight, okay? We all remember it. We all remember that Kelvin Gastelum was once upon a time fighting Robert Whittaker to be the undisputed world champion. But those fights are just so long gone, okay? You pick up nice wins against people like Chris Curtis. You pick up nice wins against D-Rod. But Sean Brady just completely destroyed you. And I really just don't see it from Gastelum in this fight. You know what I mean? He's moving back up to middleweight. This dude can't... He's like Kevin Holland moving back up and down. He had so many cancelled bouts. Imavov, Tricus du Plessis, Imavov again, Shavkat Rakhmonov. Who remembers when that was booked? Gastelum versus Shavkat. Holy fuck, I forgot that was even booked. Jesus, that was absolutely insane. I think Kelvin pulled out of that fight. I don't really see it from Kelvin Gastelum, especially this stage of his career. Like, what am I really... If you're picking Gastelum in this fight, are you really basing that off a win against D-Rod like a year ago? Are you really just sitting holding out? I'm picking Joe Pyfer via first round finish on this one, to be honest with you. I don't really see it happening for Kelvin Gastelum. He's on a mission for gold. Unfortunately, that boat has sailed. That boat sailed when you lost to Adesanya, when you lost to Darren Till, when you know, were kind of fluctuating from weight classes. You went on a massive, massive loss streak as well. Israel Adesanya, Darren Till, Jack Hermanson, Robert Whittaker, Jared Cannonier. You know, he lost 5 out of 6 fights. He picked up 1 win against Ian Hasmich via decision. I actually remember watching that live as well, but you lost. Whittaker shut him down as well. Jared Cannonier beat him. But I remember he was saying in the Whittaker fight, he was like, no matter what I did, this dude was just 1 step ahead. And pretty much that's the way that it is for fighting Prime real quick, but not now. But I'm going to go with Joe Pyfer via second round finish on that one. Next up, we have the co-main event that we've all been dying to finally see. Juliana Pena versus Kayla Harrison. I feel like it's no secret that Kayla Harrison is probably going to win this fight. I don't really like Juliana Pena. I think she's really annoying. I used to really just thought she was mad annoying, but over the years, once I saw her just get absolutely fucking demolished by Amanda Nunes, I was just like, yeah, cool, whatever. I don't really care about you. Some reason she swooped in and fought for a belt straight after that against Raquel Pennington. She won a split decision on the Pereira versus Roundtree card. But let's be honest with you here. Does anyone really give a shit? Like, cool, Kayla Harrison is gonna fucking finally get her belt, you know. She's only got 1 loss in her career. Judo Kayla, I think that's judo gold Olympic medalist or something like that, which is an incredible achievement, to be fair. You beat Holly Holm, you beat Caitlin Vieira. She's probably going to get this one done via decision, to be honest with you. But to be fair, you can never really count Juliana Pena out, can you? After the Amanda Nunes fight, you can't really count her out. She got absolutely fucking dismantled. Like, one of the worst beatdowns I've ever seen in the rematch, which kind of shows me it was kind of like just an off night for Amanda Nunes. I think we can all really agree on that. But I don't really see it from Juliana Pena in this fight. I think Kayla Harrison's grappling is going to be way too much. Has anyone seen the clip of Juliana Pena striking? A UFC champion. Like, that's just... It's literally one of the worst things you would... If a boxing coach saw that to his, like, 10-year-old fucking son who was training, he would scream at him for how shit his striking is. And his chin is wide up in the air. I remember there's one clip of she was like this. And Amanda Nunes just went like... fucking smacked her and she just fell down. I was like, this is a fucking joke. I don't give a fuck about this fight. I'm gonna go with Kayla Harrison via decision. I don't really care. Like, it's just the Juliana Pena is striking so bad. It just yeah, whatever. Next up, we have the Sugar Show, Sean O'Malley versus Merab 2. This is an interesting fight to call, because if you're picking Sean O'Malley, I don't know how you actually can pick O'Malley in this fight, okay? Now, I'm not saying Sean O'Malley can't win, because the whole point of the fight, the whole reason this fight is even remotely exciting, is because there is that chance O'Malley's going to catch Merab. Okay? We have that little bit of hope. We have that glimmer of hope that O'Malley will just smack him in the chin with a right hook or a right hand. I want to talk about the first fight because I rewatched that first fight quite a few times over the last few weeks. As much as I always think Merab has won, I never sat there and said, you know, O'Malley nicked that there with that shot and like that. No, Merab won, okay? It's easy to sit there and break down every little frame and stuff like that, but watching a fight in real time is really how I like to view it, because seeing if someone's fucking jab went a little bit more deep into their face than the guy before, like, it just doesn't make... It's just too technical, okay? Watching fights in real time, I believe, is the way to go. And by real time, I mean just watching it, like, just normally, do you know what I mean? Merab did extremely well with the grappling, obviously. Like, that's his bread and butter, that's his number one game. But Sugar created a load of openings on the feet. And I think that O'Malley can 100% win. And I definitely think Sean's going to have a different mindset, okay? And I think the main thing about Sugar's mindset going into the first fight was Aljamain Sterling was known as, you know, one of the best grapplers in bantamweight history. He was seen as this guy, if he got you down, you're not getting up. You're tapping or you're riding out the round. That was the backpack. That was Aljamain Sterling's whole thing. If he got you down, you're not getting up. You have to ride the round out or he's going to finish you. That was the whole thing with Aljamain Sterling, okay? He had really unorthodox kind of striking to where he kind of like blitz. He had blitz kind of striking, Sterling, I always felt. It worked. He had good body kicks. That's what won him the Yan fight, the second fight. He did a lot of body kicks in the first round to where he won. And Sugar went in there and stuffed all the takedowns. Did incredible. Anytime Aljo got near him, he stuffed them off. And I feel like he had that in his mindset of, Aljamain Sterling couldn't take me down, who is a better control grappler than Merab. And is probably just better than Merab, in my opinion. In areas apart from just the cardio, where Merab just succeeds, okay? Sterling is a better grappler than Merab, in my opinion, okay? And I mean that in regards, he's better control and he's way more finishing potential. If you look at Merab, apart from kind of the O'Malley fight, look at the Peter Yan fight. Yan got up, he had the most failed takedowns in UFC history, Merab. People get up off of Merab's takedowns. His control is not that good compared to other fighters, compared to a Sterling, compared to an Umar. Umar had success with the grappling in Merab too. Do you know what I mean? Umar had great success with the grappling in Corey Sandhagen. I feel like Sean really just felt like, okay, well, your buddy Sterling is a better grappler, is more dominant. He couldn't take me down. You're sure as fuck not going to be able to take me down. And you get hit. Henry Cejudo caught him. Ricky Simon finished him. Do you know what I mean? Merab got hit. He went in that mindset of, I'm just going to find your chin and you're not going to be able to take me down. Do you know what I mean? I feel like the approach is a little bit different now going into this one. Sean is very aware that Merab can take him down. Merab held him down for a while, so he's going to have that in the back of his mind of like, fuck, like, this dude beat me the last time and he was able to control me, he was able to get me down, and he took some shots. Now, Sean landed some great shots in the first fight. You know, that teep to the body in the 5th round. Sean won the 5th round against Merab, which is fucking crazy to think, okay? It's crazy to think. But this is Sean's first fight back since he fought Merab. So I'm not sitting here saying I've seen the improvements O'Malley made against Yan, and I feel like he might be able to beat Merab. Or I feel like, if he fought San, I mean like, the improvements were Yan, like as if he, I mean that as regards if he had fought Yan, looked really good, made improvements, and now he's fighting Merab. Then I could have sit here and said, I seen the improvements against Yan, or I seen the improvements against a Sandhagen, to where I'm sitting here like, he stuffed all the takedowns, he got up off the takedowns, showed great cardio. I think O'Malley can beat Merab, but this is the first fight back, and Merab just beat Umar Nurmagomedov, okay? If you look at the Umar fight as well, Merab lost the first few rounds, he was getting outclassed. This is one thing people don't understand, and I always say it, Merab is not that skillful, he just has great cardio, okay? And he has a good chin, and he has good control in areas. But if you just take away his cardio, skill for skill, O'Malley's probably more skillful. Aljamain Sterling's more skillful. Peter Yan's probably more skillful. but they just can't keep up. You can't keep up with this guy's pace. Okay, it's different level. It's insane, and we've never seen pace like this in the UFC before, ever. Okay, you just have to respect Merab for what he's done. I'm picking Merab in this fight. I haven't seen O'Malley improve to sit here and say, okay, yeah, I feel like O'Malley would be able to get this one done. I just haven't seen it, and I can't see it. To be honest, I just can't see it. I don't and won't see it. It's going to be very interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. As much as I sit here and say this is kind of bullshit, yada yada yada, it's going to be an interesting fight. Like the thing in the back of your head of like, oh shit, O'Malley might actually catch him, is going to be what is intriguing about this fight. I'm going to make a video about how shit O'Malley is on the mic as well, and what needs to change with O'Malley this week. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I want to see him blare it up on Thursday, and I want to see him fucking go at Merab and really put it on him on the mic. Otherwise, you just fucking... If he loses as well, if O'Malley loses, the whole hype is gone. Okay? I want O'Malley to win this fight because the UFC is slowly coming back together. We have a stacked June. The main events, Buckley, Taporia, this, we have a Hill Roundtree. We have a great June ahead of us. And if we can get all the right people winning, it's going to make it even better. It's going to make it even better, but fuck, man. I'm going to go with Merab 49-46 on this one. I think I'll make it look a little bit easier this time. I think he's going to be able to be a bit more wary of the shots. But then again, O'Malley might be a bit more wary of things as well. It's quite unpredictable, but if you have to bet, of course you have to bet on Merab. You can't really sit here and pick O'Malley considering it's his first fight back after the Merab loss. And apparently us as fans wanted to see this fight, apparently. I haven't seen it from O'Malley. I haven't seen it from O'Malley to be able to pick him in this fight. But let me know what you think down below, and thanks for watching.